guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my videos today. So today is the third video in my Law of Attraction Basics series. So if you are new to the Law of Attraction, or maybe you're experiencing the Law of Attraction and you want a recap, then please make sure to check out the other two previous videos in this series first, because this video will make a lot more sense once you've watched them. So the first video was obviously about the first step in my 5-step Law of Attraction process, ask. The second video was the second step, believe. And today is the third step of trust, which is a new step that isn't in traditional Law of Attraction teachings, but a step I feel really passionate about and something I've worked with for years and cultivated in my 5-step practice, and has been proven time and time again in my life and my clients' lives to work. So today's going to be an extra juicy video giving you those tips and tools and tricks on the third step in my 5-step Law of Attraction process. So what does it mean to trust? Well, essentially, trust can mean a variety of different things. So trusting in the process, which means, trusting in divine timing, trusting that as you're going along your Law of Attraction journey, you are progressing to where you need to be. Now, trust is very much that kind of balance halfway point. So you may have heard me speak in my previous two videos about co-creation and about meeting the universe halfway and the universe meeting you halfway as well with your desires. This is a 50-50 process. This is not a you go 90, the universe goes 10, and this is also not a you go 10, the universe goes 90 process. It's a 50-50 process. So when you authentically reach this trust third step, you're at that halfway mark. So instead of tons of action, which is what you do in this step. So once you've done your step 3 is when you really step back to receive that next 50% co-creation support from the universe. So trusting in the process, like I said, means really trusting in your ability to manifest, trusting in the universe, trusting divine timing, and trusting that your desires have been heard. So it's really not, if you're doubting, if you're having fears, you're still in that second belief stage, because there's the limiting beliefs and fears. So really in step 3, you're really in that unconditional trust space where it's coming to you, you can sense it, you can feel it, and you're really having that almost like silent anticipation as such of your desire coming to you. And definitely in step 4 as well, you feel that too, but it starts to trickle in step 3 as you do your inspired action. So your inspired action is a really important step to do here in the trust step, because we have to go our 50% of the way. So you've asked, you've done the inner work, so you've asked for clarity, fingers crossed, you've done the inner work, you're working through that belief, you're doing the inner work, clearing resistance, and now it's time to take that physical inspired action. So we've looked at spirit, the kind of energetic side of things with asking, we've looked at the cognitive, the kind of, limiting beliefs, fears, belief stage, and now it's all about the physical. So embodying those 3 aspects again, mind, body, spirit, it's all about the physical now. So in the trusting step, yes, trusting the process, yes, trusting divine timing, trusting the universe is there co-creating with you, but it's also a time to really take inspired action. So to give you a few little examples of that, if you wanted to manifest a new career, for example, get applying, get on LinkedIn, plan that outfit you're going to wear to your job interview, buy the outfit, have everything lined up. How can you prepare for your manifestation? How can you take inspired action? So inspired action versus preparing for a manifestation are 2 different things. So inspired action is really saying, right, how can I put myself in those opportunities, in those situations where the opportunities can arise. So if you want to manifest love, putting yourself on dating apps, getting yourself out there, going out, socializing, seeing your friends, being in those environments to meet people. If you want to manifest your dream home, looking on Rightmove, looking on property websites, viewing properties, getting out there, taking that inspired action, looking at how you'll get that mortgage, look at how you're going to be able to financially, buy that house. Are you trying to sell your house? Do you need to get your house ready to sell to be able to welcome in that new house? So really inspired action is a very, very practical step. And this is what goes into our trust step. It's a very practical step. So it's looking at what you can do within your power and within your reach to take healthy, aligned, inspired action. So what action needs to be taken to be able to be in the situations and opportunities, in the energy for the universe to trickle in those people, situations, things, or whatever to bring your desires to you. So it's really about showing up. It's really about taking that inspired action, showing up and being in the arena. It's saying, I'm here, universe. I've asked, I've believed, I'm now here, show me what you got, essentially. So really ask yourself, what inspired action can you take today, this week, this month to help co-create your desires? Is there anything that you've been putting off? Is it maybe you're kind of avoiding things, or do you know what I mean? Like, we all do it where we're like, oh, I really should do that, or oh yeah, I really need to, like, you know, sort the house out if I want to manifest that new house. So really do honor what you need to do inspired action wise, because it must be done. The space must be created. So if you are, you know, trying to manifest love, for example, by going out with your friends, by socializing, by putting yourself, you're actually creating the time in your schedule in your life because you're having regular social time, right? So actually when you meet that person, that's exactly those times you're going to be, you know, going on dates, seeing that person. So you're already creating the space. If you are viewing houses, you're getting in the energy, in that vibration of looking for houses, of moving. You're already creating that space for that moving process to happen because you're thinking about, you know, how are we going to afford this? Packing, moving, clearing things, you're creating the space. Same with the career aspect. If you're looking for jobs, if you're, you know, buying outfits for that interview, if you're carving out the time for interviews, etc., you're already creating the space for that job. So really, as you're doing this step, you're also creating the space organically, naturally, because you are showing up and taking that action. So this is why it's so important to do this in the trust step. Now, as I said earlier, let's talk about our 90%ers and our 10%ers. So the 10%ers are the people who expect to win the lottery but sit on the sofa and never play the lottery. You cannot expect the lottery to just come knocking at the door and saying, hey babes, you've won, you've not even entered, but here's your millions of pounds. Come on. You've got to be in it to win it, right? That is the lottery saying. Same with manifestation. You have to be in it to win it. You have to be showing up. You have to be doing these steps to co-create and to create that container of abundance and, you know, manifestations in your life. So don't be your 10%ers, be your 50%ers. You know, it's just, again, like expecting, you know, love to just land at your door and you're not putting yourself out there. You're not looking after yourself maybe, or you're not, you know, going out and meeting new people or socializing. Again, like sometimes, yes, the universe can literally bring those opportunities to our door, but it is very rare. And you'll find that there is also a lot of inspired action that has already happened in that process. And again, let's look at the flip side, the 90%ers. This used to be me, and still is sometimes. I have to catch myself, you know, nobody's perfect, we're all human, we're all learning. And control is one of the number one things I see with the law of attraction in myself, in clients, and you guys when you comment. You know, control is actually one of the most, you know, obvious things and repeated things that I see. So the 90%ers are the people who are going to make it happen. They're very much in that masculine energy. They're very much like, I'm going to make this happen. I'm doing everything and anything to force this into existence. And they don't know when to stop. They don't know when to kind of progress into that next step, step 4, which I'm going to cover next time in this series, which is letting go. So witness which one you are. Are you a 10%er or are you a 90%er? Both are not manifesting magnets, just FYI. None of them are going to manifest what you want at all. If you're doing less, and obviously you're doing your 10%, you're not doing the steps and working through the steps and putting in that energy and being in it to win it, to even bring those opportunities or manifest those opportunities to you. But vice versa, if you're doing 90%, you're not creating any space whatsoever. You are filling your space, you are controlling, and you're also attaching, very much so. So you're also not progressing into that 4th step, to receive, at all. So neither helps you manifest, neither is the secret. So you need to drop them and you need to meet the universe halfway. So be your 50-50. Don't be 90, don't be 10, be 50% of the way. And really this step, the trusting step, is that stage, to witness this of, have I done my 50%? Have I taken my inspired action? Have I worked through the asking step properly? Have I worked through the belief step properly? Am I trusting in the process? Am I trusting in divine timing? Am I trusting in the universe? Am I knowing this is like on the cusp and having that silent anticipation, that excited anticipation that something is on the horizon and that something is coming to me? So trust, if I was to explain the energy of it, is an action orientated energy, and it's also tying into that acting as if process as well. So you've probably heard of acting as if quite a lot in law of attraction teaching. So acting as if is essentially, you know, acting as if you are that version of yourself that has that desire. So what would that version of you do? What would that version of you dress like, talk like? How would they be emotion wise? Would they be happy? Would they be joyful? Would they feel calm? So it's really looking at that version of yourself who has that desire. How do they act? What are they doing day to day? And then it's embodying that version of you, which again can actually take you back to that belief step just for a little bit to work through anything that stops you from being that version. But essentially then you progress through this third trust stage and, you know, taking your inspired action, trusting and embodying that acting as if self in an aligned way, of course, because I've known people who have wanted to manifest money, for example, and go and blow obscene amounts of money to act as if. And I'm like, how has that made you feel? And they're like, awful, terrible, worst thing I did. And it's because there's so much BS advice out there on this. Acting as if is not just splurging money when it feels wrong to, because that is not the energetic container or vibration that's going to attract more money to you, because you're going to feel fearful afterwards, you're going to regret it probably, you're going to think, what did I even spend that on? Was it even worth it? So acting as if is not acting as if stupidly, it's acting as if in an aligned way. So if it feels good and aligned to you to spend a little bit of money, then absolutely do so. If it doesn't and it's not a hell yes, trust that, don't do it. You'll feel so much more abundant for listening to your intuition and to what feels good and mindful spend, which is one of my practices in my book Positively Wealthy and my Positively Wealthy journal, which helps you cultivate a positive money mindset and look at wealth in all aspects of your life. So when you spend from an aligned place, when it feels good, you're more likely to manifest that money because you're emitting positive energy, because the transactions you're having is positive and mindful. So can you see here, it's acting as if in an aligned way, not in a stupid way. So if acting as if to you means getting joyful, getting happy, you know, if that version of you is happy and you're not feeling happy and joyful now, guess what? Create joy. Joy is the ultimate creator. And really, as you move through this third stage, taking your inspired action, acting as if, trusting in the process, it's now settling into that fourth energy, that fourth step, which is cultivating joy here and now and being present. So really intertwine the two as you're moving through this step. And obviously next time I'm going to go through this in all so much depth for our fourth step, letting go, where I'm going to help you to let go, help you to surrender, and let you know what's within that step as well, what is needed in our fourth step, which is another new step, which is not in the traditional 3 law of attraction teachings. So really challenge yourself with that, of acting as if from an aligned place. How can you cultivate those emotions and feelings here and now for yourself? Do you need to go back to step 2 and maybe look at some limiting beliefs or fears that are there that are stopping you from taking inspired action, from embodying that, you know, that aligned version of yourself who has that desire, that future self as such? What stops you from feeling that now, essentially? So this is why I say, like, at this stage, sometimes you can just flip back quickly to that belief stage, work through that, and then solidly move through step 3 into step 4. Like I said, some people go back and forth, some people go through. Every manifestation is different, and it's not a bad thing if you do need to go back and revisit stuff. Definitely not. It's important you do so to move through with ease and to move through with effortlessness and to manifest your desires. So it is important. So I hope this video has really helped you guys, and I hope it has shed some light on my third step in the law of attraction process, which is trusting. And trusting is so important, because it's not just trusting the process, it's so much more, as you can see from this video. But I hope the questions that I've given you spark some inquiry, and you can obviously journal upon them and see where they take you. And obviously I hope this video has inspired you to take your inspired action. If you're a 10%er or a 90%er, come back to that 50%, and also a helpful reminder to act as if and to start embodying that version of yourself here and now too. So thank you so much guys for watching my video. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I reply to them all. And don't forget, you can also join my free law of attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls, where we talk all things law of attraction and spirituality. I hope you have a fantastic week, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you all in my next video, which will be next week. Lots of love, guys.